AFC Under-22 Championships and was voted the player of the tournament in 2013. Away by Ahmed. Now Ahmed Yassin.
Asiática going mad again. Yarı giving the ball away, having won it back. Here's the pace again.
Amjad into Ala Amjad. Now Yunus Mahmoud. Just couldn't wriggle his way through the Iraqi star man. Saad. Mahmoud. Crossed in towards Amjad. Korea struggling to get it away at the moment. So solid throughout this tournament defensively, but they were looking a little sketchy there. Jinsu clears.
Well, the biggest problem for South Korea, according to Asiática, their coach, is the mental side.
Goes for goal, Amjad. Jin Hyun with the save. He really does look a good outlet for Iraq on that far side. Amjad Kalaf.
That time he just came in field to find himself a bit of room. South Korea don't have to get out their half at the moment, giving it away cheaply. So as to push it away from the danger area. Jin Hyun.
Ahmed Yassin with the corner. Coming more into this Iraq. Away by Tai Hui. Trying to play it back in spectacular fashion. It's with Jurgam. Now Amjad. Taken away though by Jinsu.
It's good pressure from Iraq. Look, they've got switched on here, South Korea. Completely lost their way in the last 10 minutes.
Headed by Tai Hui. It's dropped down towards Yunus Mahmoud from Ala Abdul Zara, but he got far too much on it. I think he was trying to cushion it in for the centre forwards.
Abdul Zara has to do better here. Ball's in the air a long time. He's not offside. Decides to try and play it across. He's got time to bring it down and get a shot away himself. Just a lack of awareness there.
More spaces though, beginning to open up in that watertight Korean defence. Asian Cup, remember, in the last two tournaments on penalties. They're actually unbeaten, incredibly, in their last 14 Asian Cup games, South Korea. Won 9 and drawn 5. 2 of that 5 were those penalty shootout defeats at the hands of Japan and Iraq. Mahmoud's psychologically if the Koreans in Iraq could force this to penalties. It's Mahmoud's. And how much misfortune they've had in the shootouts in this tournament.
Bit of afters. Captain involved. Yunus Mahmoud. Right in front of the assistant referee on that far side. Hopefully the ref is going to deal with it, get on with it.
The talisman of this team, Yunus Mahmoud. He's still only 31. He seems to have been around much longer than that.
He's already been booked. Number 6, Park Yoo-ho. He's got to be careful. 1 added on minute. The referee's dealing with this well. He has a little kick, doesn't he? Yunus Mahmoud there after the ball's gone out of play.
Yeah, you can understand why Park Joo-ho got annoyed, but he can't afford to get annoyed when he's on a yellow card. Just let the referee do his job. Free kick for Korea. Just a minute to be added on at the end of this first half. Started well, Korea, but Iraq have certainly done better in the last 15 or 20 minutes.
Well, the first 20 minutes, it looked as though South Korea were going to dominate the situation, would win the game comfortably, playing some excellent football. Pacey, movement was good up front.
Min Strong challenge by Ahmed. It's a free kick to Korea. So many of these throughout the first half, and fitting, I suppose, that the first half will end with another South Korea free kick. This is within shooting range.
He's done well. Number 7, Son Heung-jin. Pacey player, he will drift across the pitch. Just in behind the main striker. Started out on the left-hand side. Until he came infield. Ki Sun-young. That's got a good right foot on him. Quite a bit of rain here today. So the pitch will be slightly greasy. Could skid off the surface.
Then perhaps fancies this. Here's Hyung-min straight into the wall though. And that is the final action of the first half. Uluslar has 1 foot in the final of the Asian Cup, where no South Korean has been since 1988 when they lost to Saudi Arabia in the final. They started the game really strongly. Yong-hyuk's goal on 20 minutes giving them a deserving lead at the time, but Iraq have responded well and without really creating too many openings have certainly shown signs that they could break down this stubborn South Korean defence that has yet to concede a goal here at the Asian Cup in Australia. Half-time then in the semi-final. It is South Korea 1, Iraq 0.
Sport meets culture in one of the season's biggest events. The Winter Universiade posts impressive stats. 2,500 student athletes from 50 participating countries, all striving for excellence in body and mind. The 27th Winter Universiade from January 26th to February 15th, live on Eurosport and Eurosport 2.
African football's throne is vacant, but there's no shortage of pretenders out to seize it. Witness the struggles, the fervour and the strikes, the hallmark of a new era, the rise of new kings. Eurosport takes you to the heart of African football. Africa Cup of Nations. Last match of the group stage. Tonight, live on Eurosport 2.
Eurosport Player is the Eurosport multi-screen service. With Eurosport Player, watch Eurosport and Eurosport 2 live on all your favourite devices through a single subscription. Follow great sporting events live and on demand. Enjoy exclusive content featuring a variety of bonus channels. Eurosport Player. All sports, all emotions, all screens.
There's no greater feeling than reaching the top of the world. The summit of winter sport. This winter, the destinies of hundreds of athletes are set to converge in the World Championships. Join expert mountain guides Didier Couche and Martin Schmidt. The trail is enlightening. The journey winter sport, all season long, live on Eurosport and Eurosport 2, and also available live on Eurosport Player.
Welcome back to the Stadium Australia in Sydney. It is the semi-final of the Asian Cup. Reminder, tomorrow Australia, the host nation, take on the surprise package of this tournament, the United Arab Emirates, who knocked out Japan and prevented a repeat of the final from 4 years ago in the semi-final tomorrow. Let's take a look back at the highlights of the first half here, though. Start to the game for South Korea. Of course, are desperate to make up for a succession of semi-final losses. They've been knocked out in 3 of the last 4 semi-finals in the last 2 years running. They have lost on penalties to Japan and to Iraq. First chance of the game, going the way of South Korea. Hon Kyo-won just unable to get on the end of that one, but an early warning sign that the crosses could cause problems for Iraq.
It was a great in-swinging cross. He couldn't quite get on the end of it, but this is where they were creating space. That interchange between the front players. It's the number 7 again, Son Hyun-jin, who came in off that left-hand side. He's been a real threat, and it was a good shot from him. Goalkeeper Jalal Hashim does well just to push it over.
And then the free kick from Jin-soo, and that was the opening goal. Header on by Lee Yong-hyuk after 20 minutes, his second goal of this Asian Cup.
Well, it's an in-swinging free kick. You see so often cause problems at the moment. Gets onto the 6-yard line. Pretty good header. He was more determined than the defender. Lee Jung-hyuk, good header, and he just lets it glance off his forehead into that far corner, and that put South Korea in control of the game.
It looked at this point as though they would run away with it. Seung-min cutting in, comfortable save though for Jalal in the end. And after this moment, they got themselves back into it. They were seeing much more of the ball. They were finding 1 or 2 holes in the Korean defence, although that was a comfortable save from Al's header for Jin-hyun.
This has been the player that's caused most problems for South Korea, the number 7 out on that right-hand side. Namjed, good strike across the goalkeeper. Jin-hyun, who just pushes it away.
The final action of the first half was a poor free kick from Son Heung-min, but it was a feature of the opening 45 minutes, just how many free kicks the Iraqis gave away in and around the edge of their own penalty area. They've suffered from one of those free kicks, the header from Yong-hyuk, resulting from Jin-soo's delivery. But just the 1 goal between the sides at half-time. So there's the tale of the tape from the first half. 66% possession from South Korea. I don't suppose there's too many surprises on that. They're ahead on the shot count as well. And the 2 yellow cards in that opening 45 minutes are both Korean yellow cards to the central midfielders Sung-young and Ju-ho. Pass count as well, impressively, in South Korea's favour, but of course that was always likely to be the case given the way they approach the game. Well, the fans are getting wet, but it hasn't dampened the spirits either. The Koreans are 45 minutes away from their first Asian Cup final, but there's a long way to go.
Welcome to the Winter University.
Very smooth, error-free performance. Into the slot, he's got room, he scores! That is as clean as you're going to get. Beautiful landing. Boy, opportunity here, coming right in on the net. Goal! And here comes the troubles now. Perfectly executed.
Cycling calendar, early season racing now starting to focus on the Middle East. Would you believe it? What a fantastic achievement from Kittel to get up there.
Chris, the majestic.
Look at that, it's a great effort from what looks to be Balkan Wallama. three. Makes it, it's a huge one.
Still for the highlight, showtime at the end of what was.
Really is highly skilled offensively. There's two more.
Look at the rocks lying there. Oh dear. Just waiting to be punched into some unlucky pursuer's face. Let's prepare for the off. The gate drops this time. The riders launch off at the start. Who's going to get the Fox Host Shot Award this time? Here he comes and he takes victory. Pretty much a perfect day.
All sports, all emotions. February on Eurosport 2. There's no greater feeling than reaching the top of the world. The summit of winter sport. This winter, destinies of hundreds are set to converge in the World Championships. Join expert mountain guides Didier Couche and Martin Schmidt. The trail is enlightening. The journey, spectacular. Winter sport, all season long, live on Eurosport and Eurosport 2, and also available live on Eurosport Player.
African football's throne is vacant, but there's no shortage of players out to seize. The hallmark of a new era, the rise of new kings. Eurosport takes you to the heart of African football. Africa Cup of Nations. Last match of the group stage. Tonight, live on Eurosport 2.
Welcome back to Stadium Australia. It's half-time in the Asian Cup semi-final between South Korea and Iraq. Both former champions of this competition, but Korea looking to reach the final for the first time since 1988. Well, Australia is certainly the place to be today. Australia Day, of course, and the Australian Open is still going on over in Melbourne. If you want to see the action between Radwanska and Venus Williams, they are into a third set there. Currently one set all between the Pole and the American. If football's your thing, of course, then stick with us here on Eurosport 2. The second half coming up very shortly between South Korea and Iraq. We've one more commercial break to take, and then we're back with the whole of the second half, and who knows, maybe even extra time and penalties. And it's coming up live right after the break.
Asian football searching for a win. Australia can defend the title, but others also. Asian Cup second semi-final tomorrow, live on Eurosport 2.
Get set for athletics, indoors and in form. The new season sees markers laid down for the rest, and with champions in the house, they'll give it their best. IAAF Indoor Athletics from Karlsruhe, Saturday night, live on Eurosport 2.
Welcome back. Players making their way out for the second half of the Asian Cup semi-final. What a massive 45 minutes ahead for this man, Uli Stieleke, who's been charged with lifting the Asian Cup for the first time in 55 years. It is one of the modern anomalies, really. It has been so since South Korea have lifted this trophy, given that they've qualified for every World Cup since 1986.
Yeah, they've lost on penalties on too many times. That's why, if you are the favourites, and they are the favourites to win this game against Iraq, you can't allow it to go to penalties. You have to be forceful. You have to take the game to the opposite. They've got the 1-0 lead. They can't sit back on it. They've got to go and get that second goal. And their football in that first 20 minutes, 25 minutes, was outstanding. It looked as though they were going to really win the game comfortably. But the last 20 minutes, 25 minutes of the first half, they just allowed the opposition, Iraq, to get back in the game. They gave the ball away cheaply. Iraq started to win the ball higher up the field. That man caused one or two problems, playing just in behind Yunus. South Korea have to get back to the way they played that first 25 minutes or so.
Too often they've been in the shadow of Saudi Arabia and Japan, who have won every Asian Cup bar one, which was won by Iraq in 2007 since 1980. Japan and Saudi Arabia have won the lion's shares of these competitions, but both are out of the way. What a chance for the Koreans to go all the way. Kan Hyo-kwon has been replaced by Lee Kun-ho at half-time, so an interesting change from Uli Stielike. Lee Kun-ho is on, a player who plays in Qatar, an experienced forward player, winning his 72nd cap. He's not resting on his laurels here with the 1-0 lead, is he, Uli Stielike, unless there was an injury to Kyo-won. So South Korea 1, Iraq 0 at half-time. The second half about to get underway then at Stadium Australia in Sydney, a place back here in the final in 5 days' time against either the host nation or the United Arab Emirates, up for grabs.
Well, at half-time it is a straight swap. Lee Kun-ho plays on the right-hand side. And Ki-won.
Young Hyop. Talk about a new star in the making for South Korea. He made his international debut in the final warm-up against Saudi Arabia. Scored on his debut, then scored in the 1-0 win against Australia here. His third international game, and it's the semi-final of the Asian Cup. He has 2 competitive goals to his name as well. It's Charlie Ree. Korea. This goal so crucial. They have a habit of drawing these two in 18 previous internationals. There's been 10 draws, just 2 wins for Iraq and 6 for South Korea. Ahmed. Wali. Zala Abdul Zara. Gone by Amjed. Walid. Salam. Durgam. How well they do in this competition every time. It is amazing that Iraq have still yet to qualify for the World Cup since 1986. Their one and only appearance. Lost all 3 games to Mexico, Paraguay and Belgium.
There's the centre forward. You were talking about another good run from him. So he's got aerial ability with his goal, but he's also got a bit of pace to run in behind. Where's the goalkeeper going?
Goodness me, the goalkeeper's all over the place here. Ahmed trying to get away from him.
Where on earth was the goalkeeper going?
Had a rush of blood. He's still scrambling to get back, and then the shot in the end is well off target, and he got away with that. Kim Jin-hyun. Abdul Zara off target.
I think 1 or 2 of the defenders had to wipe their eyes in disbelief when they saw the goalkeeper coming out. Where's he going? He gets beaten easily. Chowdhury just about gets the challenge in. Uli Stielike won't be pleased. He knows it's their game to lose here. Former German international. What a good player Uli Stielike was.
semi-final against France in 1982. France almost immediately afterwards. He was absolutely heartbroken because he thought he'd cost Germany and had a reprieve immediately. Here's Juho. Would win on penalties.
There is the substitute out on that right-hand side, the Güney. I think it's just, I think it's an injury. I'm sure Uli Stilicka can pick between the two out on that right-hand side. They've won the chance in the first half, he didn't take it. So in comes the substitute.
Song Heung-min with the corner. Well, they would love the cushion of a second goal, the Koreans. Headed by Ahmed. Almost foul for Kunho, the substitute, but it was hooked away from him as he was about to pull the trigger. Korea looking to break through again here. It's a second goal. Jalal couldn't get across, and it's been tucked in by Kim Yong-kwon. And surely now that is just the gap that South Korea need to move to the final. It is a long, long way back now for Iraq.
Well, the one thing you have to do as the attacking side, the opposition clear the ball first and keep the pressure on, get the ball back in from the centre. Get the power in it. So he gets his standing foot off the ground, skip as he kicks it, and he hits the top half of the ball. Back to forward. Not sure the goalkeeper moved quite quickly enough. What a good strike it was. There is the goal scorer, Kim Yong-kwon, centre half, left-sided centre half.
Walid. And again. Given in by Saad. Punched away by Jin Hyun. He's never looked the most convincing with the high ball, the Korean goalkeeper, but you can't argue with his record. He's yet to concede. Madness a few.
As well. It happens so often. Everybody's picking up, ball goes out, the ball comes back forward and still running upfield. Get the defensive game.
In the Asian Champions. It must be wrestling a little easier now though with this two-goal cushion. Jin-soo. Sung-yong. Jin-soo. Sung-yong again, Jin-soo once more. Juho, they can do their thing now. South Korea can just keep possession of the ball. Mahmoud. Yunus Mahmoud again. Amjad has made a storming run forward. This is Ala Abdulzada. Well played by Ala. He's opened it up. It's a great ball across. And Ahmed in the end just couldn't get the ball down and pull the trigger. And now it's Korea on the counter. Iraq have a man down in the counter. That's more like it from Iraq.
It's their captain. It's just a kick on him. Hopefully. Good counter-attack, wasn't it? There's the challenge by Nam Tae-hee. Caused the problem. It was really good play by the number 17, Ala, when he threatened to cross with his right foot, came back inside. I thought he was going to hit it with his left foot towards goal. Instead tried to cross it. Maybe the wrong decision.
His nickname, the Iraqi Kaka. Big name to live up to. It was Kaka-esque the way he cut it, but as you say, I think it's really the wrong decision from him.
Depends which Kaka you're talking about, the one of maybe 6 or 7 years ago, who was the world's best player, or the one that played up until last year. It's a shadow of his former self.
It's a career that's really drifted away then, isn't it? To Real Madrid, not really working out for him. Cross here from Ahmed. It's played in towards Yunus Mahmoud. Have to go for it now, Iraq. Ahmed's ball in again, touched away by Tai Hui. Sung Yung. Chaduri caught in possession, but Tai Hui has it. From Ju Ho.
They're going to try and press high up the field now, Iraq. It's whether South Korea have got the ability to play beyond that pressure, play around it. They have. They're going to cause Iraq problems.
South Korea unbeaten in their last 14 Asian Cup games. They don't lose many. Min, Tae-hee. The captain Sung Young. Ahmed beats it away.
Brilliant football from South Korea. Kept it round the back. Then when they played it forward, they had midfield players in support, and then this good strike from Ki Sung-yoon.
Iraq press back here. Driven a goal again, beaten out well by the goalkeeper from Hyung Min's effort. Now Amjad. They're bound. Korean has gone into the book in this semi-final.
Decent strike, fairly easy save for the goalkeeper in the end. And there, fullback knows what he's doing. Amjad is so quick when he goes past defenders. Kim Jin-soo didn't allow him to do that, just stepped across him. It's been a good battle between those two.
And Ibrahim. Jin-soo's header. It's Hyung Min. Absolutely crucial for Iraq when they get the next goal. Durgan. Allah. Switched out to Walid. Certainly have the ability in the forward positions, Iraq. This game around. Ju Ho. He running into trouble though. Iraq have it back again. Here's Walid. It's a
here's a problem.
It's a foul by Park Ju Ho. It's on a yellow card. Just a talking to though.
Well, he's already had a yellow card. He had a talking to when he had that argument out on the far side with Mahmoud.
Here's Durgam. Cross in from Durgam. Allah was beaten to it. It's back with Amjad though. Feeds it back in. It's over Allah again. Durgam is still up there at the back. It's blocked away. It's good pressure from Iraq. Durgam again. Chaduri sliding in. Durgam wants a free kick. The referee having none of it. This is Sung Yung. Semi-final though, really bursting into life now.
Good bit of pressure, wasn't it, from Iraq? They've won the ball back again. Amjad thought about shooting himself, but just lifted it back into the danger area. Here it is. And the fullback coming forward. Strikes it really well, but Chaduri gets out quickly.
Get the feeling there's a mistake, a real howler in this young goalkeeper for South Korea.
Well, I think they're asking for trouble here, South Korea.
Allah into Yunus Mahmoud. Shifts it on one more, looking for Ahmed Yazin. And they're just getting a foot in when it matters at the moment, South Korea.
And they've got to adjust to the game. Iraq now are pressing high up the field. They're putting pressure on the midfield.
Durgam's ball in again. Youngguan they're away.
So it's important that South Korea play beyond that pressure.
Had some really cracking games in this Asian Cup. Iraq certainly in the best of them all, the 3-3 with Iran in the quarter-finals. A game that nobody would want to miss. Here's Tai Hui. These international tournaments are all about the drama of the dramatic late goals. 4 goals in extra time in that game against Iran. It finished 1-1 after 90 minutes, 2 in the last 4 minutes. 7-6 in a sudden death penalty shootout. At the moment, Korea are making short work, though, of this semi-final, but it's been a good response from Iraq since the second goal. Sung Young. Played on by Hyung Min. Cross in from Chaduri. Walid clears it away. This is Amjad with space to use. He's a lively player, Amjad. Call at the moment.
One problem for Uli Stilika is what he does about Park Joo-ho at the moment. He's been booked, he's been talked to a couple of times now. Does he take him off just in case he makes another challenge and gets himself sent off?
It could be a massive game changer, that. Sama. Allah. Ahmed Yassin. And again to Allah Abdulzada. Mahmoud, the intended target. Mahmoud got his head to it. Stayed in though. This is Amjad. Now Walid.
Good
Saad.
fight back, isn't it, here from Iraq? Good response.
Now Allah again. Yunus Mahmoud just couldn't get the ball back to Allah Abdulzara. Yeah, they never give up, this team, Iraq. There's fantastic spirit throughout the squad.
I think South Korea calls their own downfall here.
Look off again by Yunus Mahmoud. Chaduri across and away from Ahmed Yassin. Tough tournament, this one. The eventual finalists will have played 6 matches in just 19 days. South Korea did have an extra 24 hours to recover from their quarter-final victory compared to Iraq after their marathon. Could be in behind here. It's touched back in the end. The flag was up anyway, so no matter. But just for a second, Allah Abdulzada thought he was in, and it looks as though Radi Swadi is about to make his first change, and Ali Adnan is about to come on, who is usually a left-sided player. He's a talented player, just 21, plays for Rizespor in Turkey, and was the 2013 Asian Young Player of the Year. I like comparing people in Iraq. Well, he was compared to Gareth Bale when Gareth Bale was a left-back in his early part of his career. It is going to be a straight swap for Ahmed Yassin. So Ali Adnan is on. And they're certainly going for it, as they have to. Nadi come out. It's going to be the second change.
Now, Sam hasn't really done too much in that midfield area.
Nadi coming on. He's only 20. dynamo. He's only 5'5". Madi come out. Actually, 5'4.5" to be precise.
So a couple of inches taller than you.
Here's Amjad. Now Jinsu.
Oh, that had to be a free kick, didn't it? Jinsu brought down. He's going to try and pressurise the ball. Good play from Jinsu. Frustrated that he didn't get the free kick. Worked really hard, and they've won it back, South Korea.
Yeah, given away by Walid. Tahi with the ball in. Goalkeeper needs to come and claim, and Jalal got enough on it. Now Walid gets it away. Frantic defending by Iraq. Given their attacking quality, can't write Iraq off yet, but if South Korea do get a third, that will surely be too much for them. Amjad is so key. Adnan is on now with his pace. Young to deliver for South Korea. Could this be the killer blow for Iraq? Good ball in. It's just touched behind for a corner.
Good defending in the end by the substitute, Ali Adnan. Ball played into that far post area, just does enough. Lee Kyun-ho was coming in behind him. What a good delivery that was from Ki Sung-yoon.
It's on the men over this. Dangerous moments this for Iraq. Solid header though by Durgam. They're picking up a few of the pieces again though, South Korea. Abdulzada. It's Mahmoud. Misjudging the header. Mahmoud playing it into Amjad. Mahmoud still in support. Captain. Now Walid. Every time the ball goes in that penalty area, it's a Korean player who wins it. Walid again. It's Mahmoud. Allah helps it on. Oh, tried to return it to Mahmoud. It was almost delightful play, but it was just a touch heavy from Allah Abdulzada.
Just on the wrong angle as well. He's not too happy at the moment. Adi Swadi.
Swadi's second time in charge of Iraq. He was the coach back in 2009. Himself as an Iraqi international.
He's a highly rated coach, isn't he? As well as being a former player.
Allah. Now Mahdi, the substitute. Durgam. Ali Adnan has made his way into the box. Poor ball though by Durgam. Failed to get it past the first defender.
Yeah, they had 4 players in the box. And they do put the ball wide. They are getting players in the box, Iraq. Disappointing from that man there, because he has got a good left foot. Durgam.
Jinsu. Now Madi. South Korea do win this. It will buck a trend. Iraq have a habit of knocking them out of tournaments. They beat them in the quarter-finals of the Under-20 World Cup on penalties by 5-4 after a 3-3 draw in Turkey. You will have seen with us on Eurosport. Iraq finished 4th in that competition. They do tremendously well, Iraq, really, don't they? Considering that the lack of facilities in the country, the players don't really travel too far abroad. 2 in this squad playing in Europe, and one of those, Osama, plays in the Dutch 4th tier.
Probably was handball. Now they've got a set play. Another chance to get a good delivery into the box. Get the centre-halves up. Make South Korea defend. It's going to be the left foot of Ali Adnan.
Yunus Mahmoud, an obvious target. Ahmed is up there as well. It's headed away by Juho. Here's Amjad. Amjad with the ball in again. Walid with the throw. Hooked away. Jinsu. Here's Mahdi. Way back to Salam. Allah to Walid.
Chance for South Korea now to get up the field and press high. They haven't done so.
Now Mahdi. Ali Adnan. Mahdi again. This is Durgam. So no time getting across it towards Allah. Crucial header that was by Jinsu. Mahmoud helps it on. Away again by Jinsu. It's good pressure from Iraq. Back into Yunus Mahmoud. There is a criticism of Mahmoud. He's always looking towards the referee. Here's Mahdi. Mahmoud again. Mahdi again. Mahmoud putting his foot in, but deflects back to Salam. It's really good pressure from Iraq, but can they find the breakthrough against this Korean defence that has so far been unbreachable in the Asian Cup? Amjad. Walid.
And they are now being put under a bit of pressure. Crosses will come into their box. They are going to be tested, South Korea.
It's amazing how sometimes a team can go so long without conceding, and once they do concede, they can sometimes fall apart. Iraq needs to hope that is the case. Ali getting involved here rather stupidly with Heung Min.
Well, he could easily get sent off here as he put his head into the face of Sun Heung-jin. But Sun Heung-jin didn't go down. He didn't try and play act.
No, it was a great reaction, in fairness, from the Korean, wasn't it? Because there's many a player, as you say, these days would have gone down holding his face.
I'm not saying he should go down. I'm just saying it's good to see a player not trying to get another one sent off.
Touched away by Juho. It's Mahdi. Yunus Mahmoud was the target, but it's cleared away. Back to Mahdi again. Now Allah. It's a corner for Iraq. And they keep up the pressure, but Korea still stand firm with this 2-goal lead. What a finish we could be in for here if Iraq were to get one back. Far too high from Ali Adnan. Amjad doing his utmost to keep it in and did well. Here's Walid. Back in again. 5 green shirts in the penalty area, and the goalkeeper was beaten to it by Ahmed. I think if they put this young goalkeeper under pressure with that kind of ball, there may be something in this for Iraq.
Anywhere else on the field, this is a free kick. As the forward gets to it first, and he's punched in the back of the head. Goalkeepers get away with it.
It's amazing, isn't it? He's nowhere near the ball.
He mistimes it completely. What is he, 6'6", 6'7"? Still didn't come with any confidence up against Ibrahim Ahmed. You could see from a long way out that he was never going to get that ball.
It does have Young Sung Ryong, a much more experienced goalkeeper in his squad. Capped 64 times.
But why is it, if anybody touches the goalkeeper, it's a free kick, but the goalkeeper can pile into the back of a forward and nothing's given?
There's never been a happy medium, has there? If you watch footage of the 1950s, it was too far the other way, wasn't it? Where you could practically manhandle the goalkeeper into the net and it would be a goal. But it has gone too far the other way.
Really, the goalkeeper should have the same rules as any outfield player. He jumps into the back and doesn't make contact with the ball and punches.
Well, that's a penalty.
Yeah.
Now it is a free kick for South Korea. Sung Young, the player, down.
They're losing their heads here, Iraq.
Well,
it's not a foul. Saad actually won the ball, didn't he?
Sung Young had actually slipped over on the wet turf.
I think what happened, as they fell, he trod on him, but that's not a foul. He won the ball. The Iraqi midfield player.
Has been referees here the whole game.
Got to go off the field, that's what they're telling him. The Jungyuk
doesn't have a club at the moment, the Iraqi captain, something of a surprise. He's a free agent. Still only 31, he would certainly do a job. Junsu, still very much the key man for Iraq as well. Jungyuk. Sung Young turning. Ki Sung Young. It's the free kick.
Well, he had a look at the referee, who was twisting and turning. Best he could hope for was a foul by that man there, Waleed. Just got to keep their discipline here. Iraq, they're not going to get themselves back into the game. Continually arguing with the referee and giving cheap free kicks away.
Quarter of an hour to go. Korea 2 goals up in this semi-final and heading towards the final in 5 days' time. Back here. The ball in, the goalkeeper. Jalal wasn't too far away. Well cleared by Iraq though, up towards Mahmoud. Jaduri's header. They just need to keep doing what they're doing, South Korea. Keep possession and wind that clock down. If something dramatic is to happen, you feel Iraq need to score soon.
Well, I've been disappointed with South Korea in this second half. Well, they've taken a 2-goal lead now. The second one coming in the second period. They haven't controlled the game like they did in the first 20-25 minutes.
Now maybe though for Iraq. Gathered in the end by Jin Hyun.
Substitute coming in off the touchline. And he had then a left-footed player trying to shoot with his right foot. Wasn't a particularly good effort.
Ho's header. Kyok has taken the whack to the head, in fact, the scorer of the first goal.
Here's the last substitution for Iraq.
Has been taken off. Final throw of the dice sees Marwan Hussein brought into the action. Is it? Radi Swadi has used all 3 cards. Kunho. Free kick for Iraq. You can hear at the moment, unsurprisingly. It's been a long wait for them. 1988, their last final. And guess what? They lost on penalties. After a 0-0 draw with Saudi Arabia. Mahmoud challenging. Ahmed's shifted on again towards the substitute Marwan. Foot in. Durgan with the header back to Jalal. Now South Korea stem the tide of Iraqi pressure that followed the second goal.
See how that possession stats changed over the course of the second half.
Sung Young. towards Madi. Wally to stay down after that challenge on Sung Young. I think he got a bit of a stud to the ankle.
Certainly no blame attached to the midfield player, Sung Young. He was just trying to lift the ball over the defender. As he came down, he stood on Wally, flew into the challenge. This could be a bad one for the Iraqi right back. And of course, they've made all their substitutions. Yeah, complete accident, I think.
They could find themselves down to 10 here. Hopefully it's one of those that will be able to run off. Physios hate hearing that said, but it is possible, isn't it, with some injuries?
There's a lot of arguing about whose ball it should be. The game's got a bit scrappy in the last 10 minutes.
By Ahmed. He's coming back on by the looks of it. How well he's able to move, only time will tell. Here's Amjad.
Frustration again, that's not going to help.
Well, he comes back on and the ball went straight to him. No time to settle back into the game. 10 minutes to go. South Korea 2, Iraq 0. South Korea heading towards their 6th Asian Cup final, but their first since 1988. Mahmoud, Madi. Now Marwan. Across. Good run by Chowdhury.
Another substitution is going to be made. Good run by Chowdhury. Made up some ground there. It's going to be the goal scorer of the first goal. Lee Jung-Young, who's coming off. No, he's changed their mind. Tae Hee.
Jiang Yun-soo. He's coming on. Won a gold medal at the Asian Games in 2014, which is an under-23 competition. For his 10th international cap. A goal, Iraq. They are to make it an uncomfortable final few moments for South Korea. Min. And it's a poor shot in the end. Jalal comfortably saving from Sung Young.
Good run again from Sung Hyung-jin. He's looked really lively. Number 7. See exactly what he's trying to do. He's got to study a lot wider of the goal. He's never going to beat the goalkeeper on that angle with that pace.
Salam.
Well, the substitute's gone into a midfield area. See the number 20 right in the middle of your picture as he was.
Oh, and winning the header. And then back into Mahmoud.
What it does mean is that Ki Sung-young is going to play that bit further forward, the number 16. He's going to push forward into an attacking position. Substitute Yang Hyun-soo is going to play as a holding midfield player alongside the number 6. Park Joo-hoo.
Joo-hoo. Tae-hui to Chowdhury. As second choice right back, then came in because of an injury, out for the quarter final, starting line-up, and back for the semi-final. Chowdhury. Flicked on by Amjad, in towards Marwan, who's buffeted over by Chowdhury, and the referee just says, get to your feet. with Jalal.
Oh, we've got a problem here. Spectator on the field. Well, he throws himself to the ground with a scream. Does the substitute?
Yeah, the referee got
Marwan Hussein. Yeah, never a penalty. Good decision by the referee, or non-decision.
To do without this.
Well, he's been moaning with the referee. Yunus.
Yeah.
And now he's moaning with his own teammates.
The referee had shown the interloper the red card then for a second. It's been a terrific competition, this.
Being very well supported as well.
Yeah. It's obviously got too much though for one supporter.
One thing about Australia, apart from it being a lovely country, they do know how to host sporting tournaments.
Beaten in the final 4 years ago by Japan in Doha. Big fear was that they would face Japan in the semi-finals and perhaps not even reach the final of their own competition, but it's certainly opened up for them. United Arab Emirates, though, have been terrific. They are the underdogs. Australia will be favourites in that game, but they will take nothing for granted. Now they would love to be back here to face what looks like being South Korea in 5 days' time in the final. You'll be able to watch that final live with us here on Eurosport 2. Salam.
The game has lost a lot of its shape. They've made the substitutions, Iraq. South Korea aren't too worried about keeping the ball. Just trying to defend what they've got at the moment. There's been a lack of fluency about South Korea in the second half. I think it's fair to say they haven't really been put under tremendous pressure. They haven't needed to play that well.
No, look at the quality they have up front. It's been disappointing from Iraq, hasn't it? The final ball in really troubled Jin Hyun in the South Korean goal, despite being in some good positions. Amjad. Spread out by Mahdi to Durgam. Time getting away from Iraq. Here's Mahdi. Yunus Mahmoud. And their second goal, they've not done an awful lot themselves second half, South Korea, is Heung-min.
Once again going on that galloping run with the ball. Song Hyun-jin has done it on numerous occasions throughout the game. Lead steps forward, just leaves his trailing leg there. Again, the referee gets it right, free kick.
I wonder how key that extra 24 hours rest has been for South Korea. To the drama and the excitement and the pressure of winning that quarter-final against Iran, which was one of the Asian Cup's great matches. Just wonder if it's been a little bit flat from Iraq in this semi-final. They've had spells. They've looked like potentially breaking the Koreans down, but in the main they've been pretty comfortable again defensively, South Korea. They're just not conceding goals in this competition. Ali Adnan with the cross in. That's easy for Jin Hyun. Min.
Certainly been their outlet. They've tried to run the ball out the defending half. Number 7 has had an excellent game. Son Hyun-jin. Here's Uli Stilika taking South Korea to the final, the Asian Cup.
He took over in September of last year. That's what it takes, though, to win a continental competition. He was part of the German squad that won Euro 1980. He's a former boss of Ivory Coast, but tragically had to step down on the eve of the 2008 Africa Cup of Nations due to his son's ill health, who tragically died aged just 23. is Mahmoud. Nice back heel by Mahmoud. A tremendous challenge from Jinsu, though. Now Durgam. Seen flashes of that quality from Yunus Mahmoud in this game, but not enough of it. Corner now.
He did well on the cover. He had to get it right as he slid in for number 3. He gets that wrong. Gives a penalty away.
They're out by Tae Hui. There's always going to be a free kick. It's a poor challenge from Salam. Born out of desperation. Just almost there, Korea.
Time to slide down again. I think the centre-halves are defending well, as has the fullback, as you saw on that occasion. Coming across on the cover. There's the composure of the substitute, Yang Hyun-soo. I think that's been the difference between the two sides. Technically, South Koreans more composure on the ball. They can play around pressure that little bit easier. Iraq have got plenty of pace in their side. There's been too many bits of combination play.
Almost an anomaly for a game to finish in 90 minutes in this tournament. 3 of the 4 quarter-finals all required extra time. Only Australia's 2-0 win against China decided within the 90 minutes. By that scoreline that South Korea are heading through to potentially meet Australia in the final, but will Omar Abdulrahman and his UAE side produce another shot? Beat Japan, they could beat anyone. 5 minutes to be added on at the end here. Yunus Mahmoud with the ball through to Amjad. Oh, the angle was getting tighter and tighter all the time.
Got to strike it. Just hit it hard and low. Took one touch too many. Could strike it there. Instead he takes another touch. He closes the angle down and then couldn't find the pass into the box. It's actually the substitute had made a good run in the box. Marwan, he just held his run. Plenty of pace, lack of composure right at the end of it.
It's a classic example of a player trying to make too certain, isn't it? In the end, he had nothing to aim for. A minute gone of the 5 to be added on in this semi-final. The hosts are to get through. They now know it will be South Korea lying in wait. Minutes away from getting there without conceding a single goal. It's a corner now, though, put behind by Hyung-soo. Problem for Lee Yong-hyuk, young striker who's been one of the stories of this Asian Cup. His emergence into the first team and his instantaneous goal scoring.
I think he took a whack in the back. What a good first goal it was from him. Good determination, spring. Totally out-jumped his marker.
Ali Adnan with the corner. Well, Ala didn't quite live up to Kaká, and Ali Adnan hasn't lived up to Gareth Bale in this semi-final. And his left foot produced some magic now, though. Retaken. All outside the quadrant, maybe. Made in by Ali Adnan. The header down by Ahmed Ibrahim is wide. Well, they've got another game to play yet, because there is a third-place playoff in the Asian Cup. The match will be in Newcastle the day before the final. Medals up for grabs. It's only the second time that Iraq are about to lose a semi-final in this competition. They were 4th back in 1976. Ki Sung-young's day is done. Han Kuk-yong is on.
Another good performance. Ki Sung-young, very popular with this crowd here.
For like Kuk-young, central midfielder. His club football in Qatar after moving from Japanese club Kashiwa Reysol in the summer. Part of the 2014 World Cup squad. Salam. Ibrahim clears. It's all too late now, though, for Iraq. Second goal from Yongguan has proved to be a killer blow. Sunmin. Again towards Yonghyuk. Now Ali Adnan for Iraq. Yunus Mahmouds.
Good defending. Get too tight, waiting for him to take his touch, Mahmoud, and then made the challenge. Now the Iraqi players are all getting around the referee again. And manhandled the referee. He's lucky to get away with that.
It's Charduri. Young-soo. Foul by Ahmed. Just run out of steam really here, haven't they, Iraq, in the semi-final stage.
Just for the moment there, he tried to intercept the ball. The player he was marking just put his leg across it. Did well. He's won so many free kicks for his team, that man there. Yunjin.
Yongguan. Ball out by Yongguan, but well defended by Salam. Takes it away from Lee Kun-ho.
And that's exactly where South Korea want the ball to be. 2-0 up. Already played the added on time. Keep the ball in the corner.
Korea celebrations are starting already. The 5 minutes are up of stoppage time. The 27-year wait for a place in the Asian Cup final is about to come to an end. And that is it. The Korean players fall to their knees. The long, long wait for a place in the Asian Cup final is over. Goals from Yonghyuk and Yongguan, one in each half, have seen off Iraq here by 2-0. They've ended the 27-year wait for a place in the final, but now is the big question. Can they see off either the host Australia or the United Arab Emirates in the final and end that 55-year wait for their third Asian Cup success? It is more knockout heartache for Iraq, who are beaten in the semi-finals, the 2007 champions, unable to repeat that success. It is South Korea through to the final, back in this stadium in 5 days' time. They have beaten Iraq by 2-0. Well, Stuart, they huffed and puffed at moments, Iraq, but in the end, South Korea had the better quality.
Yeah, certainly in that first half, they were the better team by quite some way. They didn't play particularly well in the second half. They almost just tried to hang on to their lead. The second half petered out somewhat. Iraq didn't really have the quality to break them down. South Korea will need to play better in the final than they did in the second half, but they are a good side. They've got pace in their team, they've got creativity, they defend well all around the pitch, as they've shown throughout the tournament, and they've got quality in the air, as this goal showed. This was in the first half, 20 minutes gone, ball played in, and the centre forward, Lee Jong-hyuk, wanted it more than the defenders. He totally outjumps the defenders. Still question the goalkeeper, Jalal Hashim. Could he have come? The ball went a long way into the box. It ended up going all the way to the 6-yard box. A good header. And all he needs to do is get a good touch on it. No chance for the goalkeeper standing on his line.
It was always going to be uphill from there. This Korean team who have yet to concede a goal in this competition. 3 1-0 wins in the group stage, and now 2 2-0 wins in the knockout stages. And this was the second goal. Iraq just couldn't seem to get this away, Stuart, and in the end they were punished by Yongguan.
Well, I think they've got